Okay, let's keep it moving. Let's get into the power rankings. A little bit of a different power ranking for me. I know the last 2 weeks I had the same, but some teams are playing a little bit better. Some teams are playing not as good with the injuries and everything. So yeah, it's interesting to me because this is the first time that my number one, the Dodgers, clearly one of, if not the best team of baseball, 92-42 at the time of the recording, but they're 5-5. It's been a very long time that they haven't been. They were 9-1 forever. Then they were 7-3 for the last couple of weeks, and 5-5. That whole division, except for red hot Arizona. Arizona's 8-2 in the last 10 at the time of this recording. But and even the Giants are on a 4-game win streak, 4-6. They lost a lot before, but Dodgers, Padres, they had a good series, back and forth in there. So, I mean, that's a little bit of that 500 ball. But, I mean, Dodgers for me, 92-42, plus 291 differential, 47-18 at home, 45-24 away. They're going to probably be the number one team. They're going to get to play at home. They're very good at home. And I have to say that they're still the best team in the NL.
Yep, Dodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got along.
Yeah.
This is where it starts to mix up a little bit for me.
Okay.
My number 2 is the Astros. I think if the playoffs were to happen, I could easily see a Dodgers, Houston, World Series, and by far the way that Houston is playing baseball right now, very scary team. They're fairly healthy. They're 87-48, 7-3 in their last 10 on a 2-game win streak. The run differential is climbing quickly to plus 170, and I have them in a 13-run pool this week. So Houston, let's get 13 this week. Let's do it.
Houston.
Yes.
I'm with you. Everything you said, I agree with. But it's their pitching.
Yeah,
they're just good.
They're good, and they are 11 games ahead of a red hot Seattle team. And what's even crazier, Seattle 8-2 in their last 10. Angels terrible, 59-76, but they are 7-3 in their last 10. So AL West heating up a little bit, not just the weather, but the teams as well. My number 3, I had the Braves. I have them jumping up.
So do I.
Whoa.
Yep.
Wow. All right.
2 weeks ago, when we talked about it, the Braves were down 7.5 to the Mets. And we said, where would they be? I said 3.5. It was like 3. 4. It was 3.
Yeah.
And as we talk right now, Atlanta is 1 game back.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, Mets
and the Mets aren't awful right now. They're not, they're playing good ball.
Yeah.
It's just Atlanta's playing better ball.
Mets are losing to teams that they should be. They lost a series, which they haven't done a lot of series, losses. They lost a series to Washington, who is officially eliminated from the playoffs. All right, the Pirates officially eliminated from the playoffs. They're playing them this week, and they're down early in the first game. And just, I don't know, they're losing games in series that they should be winning.
And of course, I keep joking that the Mets are going to Mets, right? But doesn't something just kind of say like, man, they're starting to like fall apart?
Yeah, I really don't know. It's the offense and the pitching, everything that they've been doing. They're doing the opposite. But hopefully, I guess if you're a fan of the Mets, they turn this around. But again,
they should still make the playoffs. Don't get us wrong. If they don't make the playoffs, it'll be the worst collapse other than what's going to happen to the Yankees this month.
Yeah, I mean, they're 10.5 games up in the wild card. They should be good with about 27 to play.
Right.
But hey, we've seen weirder things. But either way, the Mets or the Braves, they are 7-3 on a 5-game winning streak at the time of the recording and just playing phenomenal baseball. They are the defending champs for a reason. Going to be really hard to beat down the stretch. So that was my 3, and I had the Mets at 4.
I did too. All that being said, if the Mets aren't breaking down, they're still really, really good.
Yeah, and they have the easiest schedule in baseball, and I mean, they in theory are gonna make it. Apparently, I don't know if this is breaking news, but Marte was hit in the hand during the Pirates game in the first inning, so he had to leave the game. Hopefully, I guess it's not another injury for a Mets player, just in case you are a Mets fan. But yeah, not good news there. But number 5, Cards. Man, we mix it all up, and we don't talk about our power rankings of the week. We just do this. We talk about it live in the recording. But yeah, Cards. I mean, 7-3 in their last 10. Again, they are now 7.5 games over the Brewers. And I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you. I had the preseason. I had pretty much every division winner as of right now, except for the White Sox. So it's been I'm pretty cool with the way the standings are working out.
I was kind of torn between the Cards and Seattle.
Yeah.
I put down Seattle. 8-2 the last 10, where the Cards are 7-3. Seattle 76 wins. St. Louis 79. I looked at the games against teams above 500. The Cards are 26-29. And Seattle's 37-34. So granted, they haven't played as many, but their winning percentage against teams over 500 is better. And I haven't shown Seattle a whole lot of love.
Yep.
So I'll give them my number 5 spot for the week.
Which is crazy. Yeah, they're still 11 back. They're only a half a game up in the wild card as of right now, and it's a lot of tough baseball. I mean, obviously the Angels, the Rangers, and Oakland, the rest of the teams in the division are eliminated, and I mean you still have some life, obviously in the AL Central because you have Cleveland, Minnesota, and the White Sox, 1 and 2 games back at the time of the recording. But I'm surprised that he didn't go with Toronto. I mean, Toronto is 7-3 and a 5-game win streak. They jumped right up, pretty much the same amount of wins as Tampa, and and as you guys notice, Yankees are out there. They're on a 2-game win streak. We still bumped them out.
Right. Toronto. Like you said, 5 in a row. The doubleheader, watching the doubleheader against the Orioles was cool. Watching them win, but I kind of lumped Tampa, New York, Toronto all together.
Yeah.
They're so close. Even though Tampa and Toronto are 5 and 5.5 games back.
But a lot of big series.
A lot of big series left. The Yankees aren't great, but Toronto has been so hot and cold this year. I just don't trust them yet.
Can't
anymore.
Can't blame
They
them.
break my heart. That makes me cry.
It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna get through this together. But,
good. Thanks.
All right, but that's our top. Obviously, we have our mentions: Brewers, Padres. They've kind of been an honorable mention for us. But the Padres spending all that money, they're just kind of middle of the road. They're on a 3-game losing streak, 6-4 in their last 10, 74-62.
And they're so hot and cold too. Like 74-62. After talking about some of the other teams we do, they're not that far behind.
Still wouldn't want to play them in the playoffs. Not going to lie, especially if their pitching gets a little bit better. But yeah, those are the honorable mentions, and they're worth mentioning. But either way, man. Time of the year for baseball, just awesome. Again, let's just run over quickly the teams that are eliminated. The Rockies, they're done. All right, Pittsburgh, they're done. Let's just make sure that they win 63 or less games for that future bet I hit earlier, hopefully. Miami, Washington, they're done. As mentioned, the Angels, the Rangers, and the A's are also done. And everybody else in the AL is still technically on paper alive. It's just crazy. There's like 30 games left, and there's a ton of teams that are already eliminated.
Crazy.
But a lot of teams playing, spoiler alert, to these teams. A lot of young talent, a lot of young guys are not only playing for the rest of the year, but they're playing for a spot in next year. So kind of cool to see some of these prospects and some of these, guys get their chances and play fairly well. Somebody made their debut for the Padres the other day. It was electric. It was Hunter Brown for the Astros. That's a Texan name, Hunter.
Yeah, that's a good name.
Hunter Brown.
You got to do good things.